Quiere que le pongan música pa' que baile esta. If you haven't seen the CPD officer around the city, or sliding into your DMs, or going viral on TikTok for dancing at concerts while on duty, get familiar, because I have a funny feeling he's about to be more than just TikTok famous. And not only for TikToking on taxpayer money from his CPD-issued squad car. This is Carlos A. Baker, Tactical Officer for the City of Chicago. He seems like a cool, down-to-earth cop vibing out with the city that he's paid to serve and protect, right? Wrong. And here's where things get weird and questionable and highly suspect. He is responsible for the tragic unaliving of fallen CPD officer and mother Krystal Rivera back on June 5th. Word on the street is that Baker allegedly backdoored his own tactical team partner that night. This is his fellow CPD officer, Krystal Rivera. Both officers were assigned to the 6th Gresham District Tactical Team. On June 5th, 2025, at approximately 9:50 p.m., the two officers attempted to stop a man that Baker suspected was armed after he observed the purported suspect on the 8200 South block of Drexel in Chicago's Gresham District.
10-1, 82nd and Drexel, officer shot, 82nd and Drexel, 10.
36-year-old Rivera was shot around 10 p.m. Thursday near 82nd and Drexel after police say officers tried to stop someone who was believed to be armed.
By Baker's account, a man now identified as Jalen Arnold ran into this apartment building, and the officers chased him into an apartment where Baker says they were confronted by Adrian Rucker, who was standing behind a couch and allegedly pointing a pew-pew at the officers. Baker then reports Jalen Arnold jumped over the couch and ran down the hallway. Allegedly, Officer Krystal Rivera began chasing after the couch-jumping suspect when her partner fired at her, hitting her in the back. Baker then reports via radio that his partner was shot in the chest as he called out shots fired. It wasn't until later he reports via radio to his sergeant that he was the only shooter in the incident. Allegedly, the sergeant advises Baker to stop talking and for all responding officers to shut off their body cameras. It is unclear if Baker or Rivera's body cameras were activated at all during this incident. Crazier still, responding officers got Rivera into a car and tried to rush her to the hospital, but they crashed and that car caught fire. Rivera was then said to be transferred to another vehicle and taken to the hospital, where she succumbed to her GS wound caused by her tactical team partner. Officer Baker joined CPD in December of 2021, 10 months after Krystal Rivera. He's managed to rack up dozens of misconduct complaints, 3 suspensions, and 2 reprimands. While still serving a probationary period after being hired on by the Chicago Police Department, Officer Baker accrued 5 complaints, and experts agree that due to the fact he had no union protection at that time, he should have been fired immediately. Also during his probationary period, it was through Instagram that he met a woman who would eventually report that Baker flashed a pew at her at a North Side bar called Blue Light on Western Avenue back in December of 2022. According to COPA's summary of her allegations, she was there on a date with another man. Baker, who was off duty at the time, allegedly said, "Who the F is that guy? And who the F are you with?" before lifting his shirt to reveal a pew tucked into his waistband. The woman called 911, but quickly hung up. according to COPA's summary of her allegations. When a dispatcher called back, she said she didn't need help anymore. It was due to the lack of cooperation that the complaint was administratively discharged. Even after all of this, he was still moved into the Gresham District's tactical team with Officer Krystal Rivera. This team worked aggressively to get firearms, rugs, and crime out of the Gresham, Chatham, and other crime-plagued South Side neighborhoods. It is being said that the quote-unquote accidental pewing of Officer Rivera could have been due to the fact that she was a key witness to the theft of a particular Glock at the tactical office. Rivera's name was listed on paperwork for both the Glock that was stolen from the Gresham District Station in late 2023 and a smaller chrome pew bearing the Glock's inventory tag that had been switched to conceal the Glock's disappearance. This happened during a buyback event with St. Sabina Church, and after the collection at the church, the pews were brought back to the tactical offices for inventorying. After Rivera learned that the Glock turned in at the St. Sabina buyback program had been stolen at the police station, she scrambled to find it. She helped look for this through many boxes, through many envelopes, through areas in the tactical team office, garbage cans, behind desks, behind seats, Rivera said in a recorded interview with investigators. I even looked in some of my coworkers' book bags. Rivera told an investigator she was unaware that she was credited for the 2 pews, making it harder to track the stolen pews chain of custody. She speculated that she received credit because the buyback where the pews were recovered was a quote-unquote group effort. Until then, y'all, let's help make him famous, not just on TikTok, across the world, so that we can get answers for Krystal Rivera's daughter and family.